Hey guys, today we're going to make stuffed spinach chicken breast, and we're going to pair that with mashed potatoes. And today we have a special guest.
Hello, Trinity Team is here.
Trinity Team 504 is here to join us, and we're just going to prepare a meal, something easy that any guy can cook for when their wife or their significant other is too tired.
I'm just here to eat. I don't know what she's talking about.
So stay tuned. All right, so for today, we are going to start off with our chicken breast. We are going to cut these in half, like so. Don't cut them all the way through. You want to just butterfly them, because we're gonna stuff. This is where we're gonna put the stuffing. And then here, I'm gonna cut the fat off. And get these ready to stuff. I'm doing 4 chicken breasts, so we're gonna repeat this process for all 4. All right, okay, so for the stuffing, to stuff the chicken, we are going to mix in a bowl spinach. I've already washed this and I have already cut it in smaller pieces. So we're just gonna put that in a big bowl. We're going to take 2 blocks of cream cheese. They're both 8 ounces each. Put that in there as well. Then we're going to get fresh Parmesan cheese. And then we're going to get mozzarella cheese. I do like to use my hands, so we're just gonna mix it all up. And while we're doing that, I do want to ask Trinity Team, you've been married for 4 or 5 years now?
4 years.
4 years.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, or what's your secret to a successful marriage?
Compromise. So you can't always have it your way, which was tough for me because prior to getting married, I was alone for almost 4 years, almost the amount of time I've been married. So moving someone else into a home is like, now I have to consider your feelings and your things. And especially as a man, I have to sacrifice. I don't want to say my own wants and needs, because that's important as well. But I have to understand that we may not like the same thing. So you may like Coke, I may like Pepsi. So I can't just go to the store and buy a Pepsi. I gotta be considerate that it's other people in this house.
So did it take a lot to get used to when you
Yes.
first started dating her? Did it take like a lot for you to get used to being in a relationship and living with somebody?
Yeah, because you've been alone for so long. So when you've been alone, it's like, okay, I know I want my house a certain way. I don't want stuff left out on the counter. I want food inside. I want the cupboard a certain way. I may want my pots to hang off a wall. And then here comes this woman and she's like, okay, you have a house, but I want to make it a home. We need to put a picture here. You can put this here and do this and do that. And it's like, hold on, you rearranging the lifestyle that I've known. But again, that's what marriage is. So in order for it to be successful, you gotta understand that you can't have it your way all the time.
Compromise. I like that. All right, so we do have all this mixed up and we're about to stuff our chicken. So I've already stuffed 2 chickens, and what we're gonna do, we're just gonna get a spoonful of the spinach mixture, and we are just going to rub it on one side of the chicken breast, like so. And then just kind of stuff it to your liking. And then we are going to pin it together because all of this goodness will ooze out. So I use toothpicks and then I pin it together. So while I'm doing that, I do have another question for Trinity Team.
Yes, let me move closer.
If there is one thing you can change about your life, what would it be?
Not understanding how credit works early in life, and maybe coming to God earlier as well. Understanding the power that we have in Christ and how generational curses work. Because if we were to understand back then it's like, okay, I wouldn't follow certain trends and say, okay, well, my family always done it, so my family always done it. And it's not to talk bad about them because we do what we see.
Yeah.
But when we come to our own knowledge and understanding, it's like, okay, I have to do better because I know better now. So
right.
I just wish I would have came into that knowledge earlier.
I like that. I think as kids, we tend to follow our parents or older siblings because we look at them like some sort of a role model. Or I'm the youngest of 5, like I mentioned. I kind of use them as a guide of what not to do. So I would, like my big sister, she would do some things that would get my dad mad, and I'd be like, oh, okay, I know not to do that, because I'm gonna get in trouble. But definitely as an adult with my kids, there's a lot of generational curses that I've been breaking from my childhood.
Okay.
All right, so now we already have our chicken breast stuffed, as you can see. And now we are going to get our seasonings together, and we're going to get them ready to be sauteed and cooked. So I do use Himalayan salt. Again, I don't measure. I just kind of pour in until the chefs in heaven tell me that's enough. So here I have Himalayan salt, I have smoked paprika, I have pepper, black pepper, my favorite onion powder, my other favorite garlic powder. I put this stuff on everything. And then some more paprika. And then maybe some more salt. Because these chicken breasts are big. And then this is from Peru. Shout out to our Hispanic Heritage Month. And we're just gonna mix all those together so they look beautiful, so they're all married. All right, so once that's all married and all mixed in, looking like this, we are going to grab some extra virgin olive oil, and we're going to pour it in until it makes like so it's all mixed in. So you're just gonna pour as much. You don't want it to be dry. You still want to be able to see the olive oil because we are gonna saute these. All right, so once all of it's mixed up, you want this consistency here. And you're just going to rub it on your chicken breast. You're gonna lather the seasonings everywhere. You're gonna do it on both sides. like so. Y'all, I use my hands. I use my hands because I think that's just the best tool. I'm also constantly washing my hands when I'm cooking, so don't worry. Okay, so that's pretty lathered. You don't want to see any pink areas, no plain chicken areas. You want to make sure everything is seasoned like so. And then we're going to repeat that with all the other chicken breasts. Okay, and so while we're lathering these other chicken breasts, I do have another question for Trinity Team.
Okay, let me pull up again.
What is a life lesson that you would teach your kids at a young age that you weren't able to learn?
Man, that's a good question.
Because you mentioned credit, right? You wish you would have learned about credit and finances and stuff while you were young. So
yeah, probably the very same principles. So
right.
teaching them on how to manage money, because I have a daughter and a son. So I want to teach my daughter that credit cards aren't just to go max out, because you got a 25% interest, and you know it's gonna be high, and that's how we accumulate debt without even knowing, because we think it's free money, but it's no such thing. How to fight battles spiritually over physically, because I fought physically my whole life, and it always ended up badly. So learning to fight the right way, and knowing that when you do that, when you do fight spiritually, like you gonna always come out on top. So even when you don't win, like all things work good for those who believe in God. So you gonna always win.
Okay.
Especially with my son being black man, you know, I want to teach him how to do things the right way and not get caught up in the stereotypical stuff that you see on TV.
For sure. So speaking about finances, would you raise your daughter, or are you raising your daughter to be more the old school ages like you are, the man's supposed to pay for everything, or are you teaching her to be independent and help with finances?
Both, because like I said, I still want to teach her biblical principles. So when you find a man, you got to know the order is God, husband, wife. So you there to be a helper, but at the same token, I want her to like know her work. So you do follow a man, and you do follow that pecking order, but that man also has to follow that and understand that he has to follow God. So if he's ungodly, then that's not going to work, because you can't expect someone to do their part if you're not doing your part. So I want to teach her how, again, to the godly principles, but I also want her to know how to be strong and independent should she ever need it. So it's not like she's always dependent on anyone. Right.
I like that. Giving her a sense of independence, as well as how to be, a respectful wife or partner. Yeah. All right. So now this is all seasoned. This is all seasoned. So now we're gonna saute it and put it on the pan. All right. So once that's seasoned, we are going to grab our chicken breasts and we're going to put them in the pan to saute. We do want to make sure that the pan is hot enough, and I think it is, because I hear some popping. And we're gonna, since these are fairly big, we're gonna do one at a time. Or no, we're gonna do two at a time. So we'll let it sizzle and get some color on both sides. So we've let it cook for a little bit till it gets a little bit cooked on one side, and now we're gonna flip it to the other side. And we're gonna add a little bit more olive oil. And this is what it should be looking like. Just so it has a little bit of color. on each side. This one I'll rotate so it can cook on the edges, like so. And then I'll do the same to this one. Cook on all the edges. And this is the color that you're gonna wanna get. Okay, so once that's done and it's brown enough, we are gonna put it in the pan and we're gonna put it in the oven and let it finish cooking. And there's one. And then here's two. All right, so while we're cooking the other two, I have another question.
Okay.
So we know that you're going to church and you're a Christian man and all of those good things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that every Christian or every believer has a bad past?
Yeah, I think most of them, because I think especially when we're talking about those in positions, so pastors, deacons, ushers, elders, whatever you want to call them. So people that are called, I'm going to say 90+% of them have been through hell. Mm-hmm. And the reason I say that, because in order to relate what you're going through, mm-hmm. I have to have went through it. I can't tell you about kids if I don't have any kids. I can't tell you how to drive if I didn't have no car. And they say God used the foolish things of the world to educate the wise people. Mm-hmm. So most of those people have crazy backgrounds. I mean, real crazy backgrounds. So it's a reason I got a segment on my show I call Road to Damascus. So Paul was killing Christians when God called him on his road to Damascus. So most of the Christian people have a not so pretty background and they've been through hell. Mm-hmm. And God revealed himself to them in some type of way.
So as a Christian, would you say it's easier or harder to live in today's world?
I would say it's harder because you got to crucify the flesh daily, right? Mm-hmm. So every day you can wake up and take the easy way out and do something that you're not supposed to do. But that's why they say you got to crucify the flesh daily. You want to drink, you want to do drugs, you want to have sex. Like all of it is right there and super easy in today's time, especially with the internet and all of that stuff. So it's like, okay, do I choose to take the easy way out, or do I crucify the flesh and say I'm going to walk accordingly today?
So how do you fight temptation?
I just think about the consequences of the times I failed to test the past time. Mm-hmm. And I will tell y'all, I failed 1,000,000 times. So to everybody that be like, homie got it under control, he make it look easy. It's only because I messed up 1,000,000 times. So of course on 1,000,001 time, I say, okay, every time I took this route, something happened. I went to prison. I was physically harmed. I lost the job. I lost the car. I lost the family, whatever the case. So because I know the consequences of that, I just choose to walk accordingly now.
Fair enough. All right, so once we've sauteed those chicken breasts, this is what it should look like. And we are going to put them in the oven till we feel the chicken breasts are cooked for about 20 to 30 minutes. All right, so this is how it came out. Trinity Team is already going in.
It is delicious.
Bon appetit. For dessert, I also made churro cheesecake and some lemonade for us to drink. And this is how you put a man to sleep, y'all.